As we come on the air, a donation drive is happening right now in Tampa to collect supplies for those so impacted by Hurricane Ian. And we're going to take you there live and tell you about those details in just a moment. We're glad to have you with us here on Midday. I'm Courtney Robinson. We are live on the ground in Fort Myers. To give you some background of where we are, we are in Fort Myers Beach. So we're just off San Carlos Boulevard. You can see this line of traffic right here. And this is where there is a block, and they have the Lee County Sheriff's Office deputies out there. They're asking people, where are you going, why? Because just beyond that, there is a lot of damage. And also it's Fisherman's Wharf, where we are expecting President Biden to speak shortly, and after he, of course, tours much of the damage. Just across the street from us, there is a mobile home community where we have seen, so many people devastated. You can see the damage right here behind me, the awnings down, and of course, what we have seen just driving all over Fort Myers, Cape Coral, North Fort Myers, linemen trying to restore power and doing the best they can. They have been, set up at different places all across the area, and they are working so hard to get power back. Driving to this location right here, we saw power poles just leaning in and lines down. So, of course, it's not an ideal situation, and I've been in some of the neighborhoods where people are pulling things out of their home. This is day 7 of trying to pick up the pieces. Again, in less than an hour, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden, they will arrive here in Southwest Florida, and they will have boots on the ground where they will get that firsthand look at the devastation that we have all seen left behind by Hurricane Ian. They are expected to meet with the same locals that we've talked to who have really lost so much. They've lost loved ones. They have lost all of their belongings. They have lost homes, they've lost things that they've worked their entire lives for. They'll also meet with first responders who, again, have been working around the clock on search and, unfortunately, recovery efforts as well. The president will receive an update as well from federal and state officials. That includes Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. During a briefing, the White House press secretary said political differences are off the table.
Governor DeSantis and President Biden, as they have done several times leading up to this day, as Florida's been dealing with this hurricane, they're going to talk about what else are the needs in Florida to get to a place of recovery, to get to a place of rebuilding.
Air Force One is expected to land at 12:45. 10 Tampa Bay's Jennifer Titus is also here with us in Fort Myers, and she will be covering this presidential visit for you and will bring us an update later this evening starting at 5 right here on 10 Tampa Bay. Again, this presidential visit comes as we are also learning about the lives lost. At this point, we know that 108 people at least have lost their lives related to Hurricane Ian. Amid the rubble and the despair, there are stories of immense generosity and kindness. Manuel Bajorquez shares some of those stories from right here in Fort Myers.
A week after Hurricane Ian's landfall, the streets of Fort Myers are lined with debris. It's overwhelming. Some find little can be saved. Volunteers are going door to door distributing supplies.
We got water, we got diapers.
Many residents still lack the basics: food, running water, electricity. They include Baltasar Lopez, who told us his family evacuated to the roof at the height of the storm as their home filled with water.
I tell everyone just to lay down on the roof. Don't move, Jeremy, because the winds was so high.
Wind speeds in the area ranged from 95 to 140 miles an hour. Now the Lopez's ruined belongings sit on the front lawn.
These are families that were struggling to make ends meet before the storm happened.
And now with the storm, they don't have nothing.
Miriam Ortiz runs the Gladiola's Food Pantry in Fort Myers' Harlem Heights neighborhood. They usually assist 850 families a month. Now they've served at least 1,600 meals since Friday. Ortiz told us many people here had jobs in communities with vibrant tourist economies that were upended by the hurricane. Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, Captiva. Now folks like Sylvester Manjares, once a restaurant worker on Sanibel Island, are unemployed.
El tiempo que sea, se puede encontrar algo mejor ya para poder apoyar la familia.
So looking for cualquier tipo de trabajo, cualquier labor que
se
so you're looking
encuentre.
for any type of job to support your family.
And he's not alone. These women told us they spent hours on the phone trying to reach FEMA and unemployment assistance.
I don't have a job, I don't have money. I need money. I need pay bills, I need eat, and I need work.
Food, water.
And I need home.
Yes.
We shared some of their concerns with FEMA and the state, but have yet to hear back on them specifically. We can tell you that FEMA does have teams on the ground, and the agency's administrator will travel to the affected areas with the president today. As for the state, Florida says so far it has already distributed more than 2.3 million meals and more than 15 million bottles of water. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Fort Myers, Florida.